Hello, I'm Joe Lycett, and welcome to the Sarah O'Connell Show. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Beautiful. Cue the music.
Welcome to the Sarah O'Connell Show.
So, Joe Lycett, welcome back to the Sarah O'Connell Show. In the grand tradition of Back to the Future and Godfather and Home Alone, we've now got a threequel.
Yes, a threequel, and this one I anticipate will be promising but disappointing. I brought like all of my creative energy to the first two. This one, I've become complacent from the success of the first two, and will be giving shit answers on occasion.
So that difficult third episode of Coronation Street, they just said run out of ideas.
Yeah, that really tricky third ep of Coronation Street. They were like, maybe Gail Platt could shit herself.
That's how they make the hot pots.
Oh God.
Betty's Secret Recipe.
Have you watched Corrie recently?
I only watch it when things crash. I do a train or something derailed once. I watched that one, and that's it. That's probably about 15 years ago.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since, I think, what's her name? Deirdre. I haven't watched her since she, her boyfriend was killed.
What?
Yeah.
I'm only up to 1972.
So sorry, it's a big old twist that I've ruined there.
God.
Hashtag spoiler alert.
Just a bit. If you're watching it backwards, that spoiler alert will properly work.
It's true. It's winning with me.
Exactly.
Spoiler alert backwards.
That's all the different languages covered. So, Joe, first of all, congratulations. You've now been doing stand-up comedy, so I'm told, for 10 years.
Oh, yeah. It was my funniversary. I can't actually remember the exact date, but I remember it was around Valentine's Day.
You mentioned it in February.
Yeah. I think it wasn't quite bang on Valentine's Day, so maybe the 15th or the 16th. 16th of February is my sister's birthday, and I can't remember it being on my sister's birthday, but maybe it was. Yes, in Manchester, 10 years ago.
Wow.
And yeah, it's been a lovely 10 years. Who would have thunk any of this would have happened? So
exactly.
I'm happy with the outcome of that fleeting moment of going, I should try stand-up. I'm glad I did.
And you didn't take no for an answer, and here we still are.
Here I still am, trying to convince people I'm funny and often failing.
It's going very well, I think. So, speaking of which, you're currently on a brand new tour, which has been extended to 93 dates now.
No, it's actually been extended again. We're now up to 101 dates.
It's more than Cilla Black did.
Yes, it probably is. How many did she do?
Quite a few series.
More than 101?
I think so.
Wow. Well, I'm happy to be even just considered alongside the name Cilla Black.
Jim Bowen did 180.
Well, fuck him, I think. And I've got no more to say on the matter.
I can't. He swiped the wrong way on the app, and I can't.
Yeah. God, bloody Jim, he's dreadful for that, isn't he?
It's a nightmare. So how
have your 10 years been?
Pretty good, actually. I've really enjoyed them. Just been pottering around, you know.
Yeah. I did a lot of pottering as well.
Did you?
Yeah, I like a potter.
Harry Potter on?
No, I'm not big on Harry.
Beatrix?
I like saying the name Harry Potter like a sort of voiceover would on a Harry Potter film. Harry Potter. It's nice, isn't it? It's a good name to say.
I feel like a magical adventure's about to start.
Dumbledore. I like all the names, but I don't really engage with the books.
Okay.
I don't like to read.
I usually just wait for the film to come out.
Yeah, and they weren't great, were they? Although I met and I'm now friends with Matt Lewis, who played Neville Longbottom.
Really?
Because he's from Leeds, and one of my best friends is from Leeds and knew him of old or something. I can't remember how they met each other, but there's a Leeds link. And he did that really sexy shoot of him like topless with his rippling muscles out, and everyone was like, oh my god, Neville's fit now. I sent him one of the pictures of him with his rippling muscles out, but I'd superimposed his child Neville Longbottom head onto it, and it was really disconcerting but kind of wonderful.
He could have always been like that, you don't know, because he had the robe things.
Yeah, well, exactly. You never knew. I wore that T-shirt to the Attitude Awards, to the top 100, Hot 100, to make a point about. I don't know what the point was. Matt used to be an ugly, fat little boy, and now he's a hot young stud.
It's a really inspiring story.
I mean, it brings a tear to my eye just thinking about it now.
It's beautiful. So how is your tour going? I know you had a bit of snow the other day.
Yes, you might have just heard a dog outside. There's a dog on tour with us called Bertie, who is my favourite creature in the world. Although he's been a bit of a prick recently. He started pissing in my house. Not cool. I mean, I'm allowed to piss in my house, but it's my house.
Get your own house.
Get your own house, you stupid prick. The tour's been going really well, thank you. Yeah, we had to postpone 2 dates in Norwich because of Snowmageddon or whatever they were calling it. I mentioned that. This is a weird thing. I mentioned that in Peterborough. We did a show in Peterborough. Said, I was asking where people had come from, and someone said they come from Norfolk, and she's like, "You postponed a show there the other day because of the snow." And then another woman just went, "Puff!" And I was like, there's nothing. I mean, I could be described as a puff if you really wanted to, but there's nothing inherent about the puffness of me that means that I couldn't get to Norwich. It's more the tyres on the Ford Fiesta that would have struggled.
A better insult would have been Snowflake.
That would have been much better, really nice. But I was so thrown. But I found it quite amusing because I'd not had anything shouted like that at me for a while. And I was like, wow, okay, there's some people still in Peterborough are a bit odd. But
they shouldn't watch the weather there, should they? I think it would annoy them.
Yeah, it would annoy her. Anyway, so at the end of the show, I asked for her to be grappled by security, taken to a back room, and I roughed her right up.
Did you mess her hair up?
I smashed her face in, kicked her teeth in, chinned her, grappled her to the ground, caressed her left cheek, just her left cheek, and then asked her to leave quietly.
Well, if you chinned her, she probably couldn't talk. You don't hear chinned a lot, do you?
No.
She was probably thinking...
Chinning was when you did that to someone with your chin, but that's not an effective violent...
You don't see it a lot in UFC, do you?
It's punching somebody in the chin.
Oh.
Kind of fucks their jaw up or something.
Oh, God.
Apparently you can really kill someone if you do that.
No, you can't.
You can, yeah.
Everyone's immortal.
No, I'll do it.
Flippin' heck.
Just wait until... Because we haven't done the show yet tonight. If you shout puff at me, you're going down.
Well, if I think of a puff, I think of the thing the thing you put your feet on. You know,
maybe that was it. Maybe she was saying, did you go home and use a poof?
Ornate furniture.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Gosh, yeah. I really misread the situation.
You should email Soz or something.
Yeah, I'll email her Soz for kicking your teeth in.
Speaking of bodily injuries, how is your elbow? You broke it 2 years ago. Now, it apparently takes 2 years for things to fully heal. Is it? Have you got the fully functional movement back?
Look at it.
Wow. Majestic.
That's not the one that broke. No, it is. It seems to be fine. I've been doing bits of yoga, and sometimes it sort of gets a little bit whatever, but it's not making a clicking noise, is it?
I can stop worrying now.
My knee does, though.
Oh, God.
You hear that?
It is, yeah.
How weird is that?
See, mine do that, and chiropractor once told me I just have hypermobile joints, so they've got fluid in. I know. Exactly, it's so exciting.
So what does that mean?
So it makes a popping. It would happen if I stand up, but it makes a sort of popping noise.
Like this?
Yeah. This is turned into cabaret. It's incredible.
I've hurt my leg now.
Oh, God.
I won't be able to perform. Puff!
So,
yeah. Just clip that up and turn it into a GIF.
I will.
Just me shouting puff like that
That's
woman
what
did. At my own knee.
Yeah, your first GIF.
My knee is such a puff. Or it needs a poof in order to recover.
It's true. It's recently been award season with the movies and things. Have you ever thought about who might play you in the movie of your life?
Yes, I have not thought about it.
And also, a follow-up question, what kind of film would it be?
So it would be a very somber film about the nature of decay and
The letter K.
the nature of decay letter.
Yeah.
Peter Decay. And who would play me? I thought, because I'm quite an old woman, maybe I'd have like Helen Mirren.
She'd be good.
She would be good. No, but she's not, like, she's too sprightly. I'd need someone a bit more kind of like, Judi Dench. Judi Dench feels a bit now like she's like,
Lethargic.
I'm in another film. Like, that's sort of the sense from her. Judi Dench, please. Next question.
Good question. So, you...
Good question, yeah. We'd all like to write our own reviews, wouldn't we? Great show. So I just, at the end of my show tonight, I said, wasn't I funny?
So you've been very busy since we last spoke at the festival, backstage in a little camper or wherever it was.
In the summer, remember we were in a little cabin and it was a lovely, beautifully warm day.
In Jason Derulo.
Yes, I met Jason Derulo. Yeah, I met Jason Derulo. He wasn't as thrilled to meet me as I was to meet him, I'll be honest.
Why?
Think he knew who I was.
Did he know you've got a dog?
I don't have a dog.
There's a dog near you.
There's a dog nearby me. I didn't inform him, Jason Derulo, that there's a dog nearby me.
Should have told him that.
Does he like dogs? Oh, you just think that would have been a bit of an icebreaker?
I think so.
Hey, Jason Derulo. Sorry to bother you, but I've been near a dog once. That's how it would have played.
Yeah, exactly.
And he would have been like, no, like that. And then we would have been the best of friends.
I think so.
As it happened, I just went over and said, will you take a picture of my friend Kwong? And that was it.
Was he in it or not?
Yeah, just take a picture of him. Yeah. Right, this is my friend Kwong, who I've known since school, good friend of mine. And he informed me last year, a couple of years ago, I've been saying his name wrong the entire time that I've known him. And actually you say Gung rather than Kwong. But because of the way it's spelt, it sounds, phonetically, it sounds like Kwong. And so he was just like, well, people have called me that forever, so I've just got used to it. But actually, I'm called Gung.
Now you know.
Now I know, yeah. But even he'll tell me off for that because that's still probably incorrect. It's like Gung. Sorry, Gung. Kwong. Who are you?
Either one of them. All of them.
Good egg, though. It's bloody good egg.
Yeah. So you've been on Michael McIntyre's big show. You've been on QI. Just channel surfing. Just see you popping up, flipping everywhere.
QI last week. I'm doing another one next week.
Ooh.
Very busy on QI, which I like. Lovely show, that.
Sharks last time.
What was this last one I just did?
I've not seen that.
Pictures and paintings, and I don't know what the next one is. But it's just such a lovely show, that. I never did it with Stephen Fry, but I gathered it was obviously, it's Stephen Fry, so it's fucking amazing. But Sandy Toksvig is just brilliant, like an amazing person to watch do that. So yes, I've done some QIs. I've got a few other things coming up this year.
You were on Travel Man.
I was on Travel Man. Yeah, I went to Amsterdam with. Was that after? It must have been after I saw you.
That was in November.
Yeah, bloody hell, gosh.
Richard Arwadi. You went there for 48 hours, Travel Man.
Yeah, 48 hours in
Amsterdam. And you went on a hydraulic chair swingy lift.
Horrible.
Yeah.
It was so scary because you just it was sort of sinister in its speed. It just sort of did that. It didn't really do. It wasn't like a whoa kind of thing. It was like, so, and I just hate those moments. What's the one in Alton Towers where it just sort of holds you for a bit and then drops you? It's like just being in the holding bit forever. It was horrible.
Did it actually go over the side of the building?
Yeah, but like not enough for you to. I just felt like something was going to go horribly wrong. And it didn't, thankfully, and here I am today. But yeah, that was fun, wandering around Amsterdam with Richard Ayoade and a film crew.
Yeah. Do you have like a dream place you'd like to go with, like any person doing anything? What would be your dream holiday?
I've never been to New York. Have you been to New York?
I have. I went there in 2001.
Good.
Yeah, it was very good.
So there's loads of reasons I'd like to go to New York. One, I loved Sex and the City when I was younger. We need to talk about the Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Cattrall feud. Okay. Whose side are you on?
Cattrall.
I think I am as well.
She was in Police Academy.
Oh yeah. I feel like I can't decide, because I feel like my instinct was to be on Kim Cattrall's side, but then when you watch the Piers Morgan interview when she's like, I think she could have been nicer, that classic line, I think she could have been nicer, I felt like, why don't you just say like, oh no, we're all good, like just I didn't want to do it, and you know, I'd moved on. She wasn't chill about it. But then if she'd felt like she'd been bullied for years on that show, then maybe you wouldn't be chill about it. And then that outrageous Instagram post where she's like, fuck off, Sarah Jessica Parker. I thought that was, I love it.
Exciting.
So I love all of that. So I want to go to New York for that reason. I also would like to play a comedy club in New York. That's a bit of a bucket list thing.
That'd be really good.
Also, yes, I'd love to play the Comedy Cellar, and so I'd love to do that. And also, a lady got in touch saying that her great-grandfather or someone that she was related to had the surname Lycett, and she'd seen me on telly, and she's like, I have not seen that name around other than from, I think it was her uncle, great uncle or whatever, and his name was Lord Edward Lycett, and he was a ceramics painter and basically made these beautiful pots and vases and things, and he was commissioned by the White House to make one, and a lot of his work now is in the Met Museum, I think, in New York. So I'd like to go along and be like, that's mine, I did that, basically, because that's how I sort of treat, if just because he got
Just claim it.
name. And then I'll show them my driving license. Lycett, yeah, it says Joe there, but actually I'm called Lord Edward, and I want my vase.
It's pronounced Lord.
Yes, it's yeah, that's nice. It's pronounced Lord. There you go. Want my vase back? Pop it in a bag. I'm off back to Birmingham.
Exactly. It's a really good place. I've not been there for ages, but I highly recommend it.
Cool. Great.
So you've also got coming up Celebrity Great British Bake Off, so you're not on. You went on last week, not on this week. So a future episode.
Yeah, they haven't confirmed which one. I don't know why. Maybe they want to cut it. I don't know. But yeah, I did that, and it was so fun being in the tent. I got driven around by Paul Hollywood on a golf buggy. And I didn't realise he's a real boy racer, so I was definitely close to death. And there was not a good health and safety there. No, there was. They were very professional, and they knew exactly what they were doing. I just realised I've just slandered the production company, who was so lovely and brilliant.
So who's on with you in that episode?
Lee Mack, Melanie Sykes, Griff Rhys-Jones, all of them wankers. I want to win.
Good luck.
Thank you. I will. I do know who wins, but I obviously can't say.
You still want to win.
I still want to win.
Yeah.
Maybe I did win. Maybe I didn't.
Exciting.
To tune in to Channel 4 and donate to Stand Up to Cancer, which is what it's all about.
Yes, exactly. And I was going to say, actually, I'm going to put the details up on the screen so everyone can do that, and you can donate £5 or £10 or...
Should be written here.
Hopefully.
Should be written
It'll be somewhere.
Should be written down here. Should be written over here. Maybe it's written here.
Exactly. That'd be good. I'm not that good. I can't. So yeah, you can...
Look how good that elbow is now.
I know. The mobility is incredible. So yeah, you can donate £5 or £10 via text message, or you can phone up, or you can go on the website and do it as well. Really good cause, Stand Up for Cancer.
Yes. All the details are just here.
They're somewhere. Definitely. Now, speaking of charity, last time we spoke, you were going to do an event for Crisis.
Yes.
In December, and you've made you've got a grand total for that, haven't you?
Ding 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 ding. £10. No,
10,098, 96.
Yeah. Which is an insane amount of money for one little gig in Birmingham. We raised £10,096 for Crisis, the homeless charity, which is an amazing charity, and they sort of work with getting people off the streets, but then like keeping them off the streets by giving them opportunities and getting them in work and all that stuff. So it's about a kind of like holistic approach. But at Christmas they do a wonderful thing where they just get on Christmas Day they feed homeless people. They normally get like a school or a hall, and they just fill it with people to feed them, but also to give them medical advice and dentistry, hairdressing, all of those things that they don't have access to. There's clothes available to them, they can get a wash, all of that stuff, which we all take for granted because we all have lovely homes and places to rest, and they don't have any of that. So it's really cool. And yeah, the gig was really fun. I hosted it, and we had Kiri Pritchard McLean, Guz Khan, Harry Hill did it. Who else did it? There were loads of good eggs. There was a guy called Munro, I think his name was, and he helped. I think it was Munro. That's a name, isn't it?
Yeah. Marilyn.
It was Marilyn Monroe, that was it. And he is a volunteer for Crisis, but also wanted to try stand-up, so he had to go.
Oh, brilliant.
So that was a really nice thing to put him on as well. There were a couple of other names, and I've sort of lost them all now, but it was a really good lineup. And we raised over £10,000.
So good.
That's really, when she told me that, I only found out a couple of weeks ago, I was like, fucking hell. God, I should have taken a cut of that, shouldn't I?
Yeah, it's a really good cause. And do you think you might do something again in the future?
No, that's me.
That's it.
I would like to keep doing them because it's a fun night for me. I just get pissed and do some stand-up, and you raise lots of money for charity. So yeah, I'm up for it.
Fantastic. So more recently, you were on Comedy Central's Roast Battle.
Oh yeah, what did you think of those?
I really enjoyed it.
It was a fun show, wasn't it? Because on the night I was like, oh God, how are they going to chop this together? Because people were saying lots of things that very naughty, and they put most of it in. Like they didn't seem to worry too much about getting sort of complaints or whatever. But you kind of have to just bite the bullet with that format and go, this is going to be full on. And my favourite was Phil Wang's joke to Ed Gamble was so funny. I think it might be one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. He said to Ed Gamble, your girlfriend's such a dog that I ate her. I mean, it's so needlessly offensive to everyone involved.
Yeah, brutal.
Sort of like racist, but not. Yeah. It's really horrible to Ed's lovely girlfriend. It's so dumb as well. Like, it's so she's such a dog that I ate her. Fucking hell, Phil. Well done. Have you ever interviewed Phil Wang?
No, I haven't yet. I think I was recently retweeted by him though.
Oh well, that's good. Yeah. What did you tweet that he was saying?
I think I was complimenting that very joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke. Really good joke.
It's really good. I really enjoyed this show, but it was on 5 days a week, and I was just getting into it, and then it stopped. Yeah. And then they kept advertising it being back on, but it was repeats. Yeah,
they put them all out in one go. But yeah, it was weird watching it go out as well because, hey, I've tongue kissed a few men in my time, but I've not watched it in high definition on my television at home, and watching myself snog Nick Helm.
Yeah, when it's kind of a different kind of roast almost, wasn't it?
Yeah, and what I also loved about it is that I feel like the sort of people that they were pitching that show to are like kind of people who are into like offensive comedy and hearing like someone get like slagged off and all that stuff, and often those sorts of people also are a bit homophobic, and not that there's a huge correlation, but what I loved about it is that the sort of people that were watching it hoping to hear something really offensive were actually offended on a deeper level, because it's sort of because I just got tweets on people being like, that was disgusting or whatever, and like really appalled by it, and I was like, good, I offended you with just nothing but snogging a man. So that was quite a little victory in a weird way.
Yeah, definitely.
It sort of subverted the thing.
Because it's a really popular format in America. Like, they do them to everybody, don't they?
Yeah, it's a really popular format, and the roasts that they do of people kind of, they pick one person and loads of people roast them. Yeah. They're hugely popular. The one of Donald Trump is brilliant. So it was fun to be involved with, but quite nerve-wracking.
And is that kind of the sort of thing you enjoy doing, the sort of confrontational humour like that?
Not really, no. I mean, it's not something that I got into comedy to, that wasn't the reason to get into comedy. But when it came up, I was like, that could be fun, and it was. So, but I probably wouldn't do it again in a hurry.
Yeah. Is there anyone that you would like to do?
It was exceptionally good, and then I will do anything.
Yeah, is there anyone that you would like to sort of roast? Either verbally or physically in an oven?
Amanda Holden.
Good choice.
Yeah.
She went to school with my cousin.
I want to roast them both with a little herb glaze and an oven.
Now, Joe, you are also, not at the moment, but you're also on the radio, BBC Radio 4 to be very precise, on Wednesdays. Some might say at 6:30 p.m. or on demand if you miss it.
Some might say that, and they'd be right to. Yes, it's my show that I inherited from Miles Jupp a couple of years ago called It's Not What You Know. And it's basically like Mr. and Mrs., but not that for legal reasons. And we've had some really cool guests on this series. Mel C, off of the Spice Girls, was on the show.
Love those Spice Girls.
Love the Spice Girls and love Mel C, and she was really good on it. Everyone's been really good on it. Phil Wang did it. Sarah Kendall and Giles Brandreth did that episode, and Giles Brandreth, so this is the thing, Radio 4 audiences go along and they don't know what they're going to see necessarily. They knew they were coming to see my show, but they didn't know who was going to be on. And then when I introduced Giles Brandreth, it was like I'd said Tom Cruise is coming in. Everyone, because like to the Radio 4 audience, sort of middle-aged women, like, oh God, they go mad for Giles Brandreth.
Yeah.
And quite rightly. I mean, he's an incredible mind. But like the atmosphere was electric that night when we did that show. It was really fun, and I felt like I really kind of got into my stride with it. And we only did 4 episodes, so it's all over in a month on the radio. But I had an absolute ball doing it.
So I was thinking it might be fun to sort of recreate the show a bit, to give people an example if they haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So because the idea of the show is if you haven't seen it, the celebrity sort of nominates someone and they have to answer questions about them and try and get it right.
Yes.
So I was thinking, who could I possibly contact? And I got in contact with Nick Helm.
Oh, fuck.
That's fine. It's going to be fine. So just the 3 questions, they're very easy. I guessed 2 when he gave me the answers. So the first thing I asked Nick Helm is, what is your favourite sandwich?
Oh God. Is he a meat eater? I can't remember if he's a meat eater or not. Part of me feels like he might be vegan.
I can't tell you.
They're all bloody vegans now, aren't they?
It's that Spock from Star Trek.
BLT.
I'll tell you, his favourite sandwich is ham, cucumber, processed cheese and peanut butter on granary.
That's the same, isn't it?
It's basically the same thing.
That's what BLT stands for. Yeah. B for the ham.
Jambon.
L for the, what did he say, cucumber?
Cucumber, processed cheese.
Yeah, C looks a bit like an L, doesn't it?
Put them together.
Yep. Peanut butter. Yeah. That's the T. Is just the other things that
2 T's and butter
that Nick Helm likes. That's what it's like. So it's jambon, cucumber. The other things Nick Helm likes. BLT. Got it right.
Correct. So that's 1 out of 3. What is Nick Helm's hidden talent?
Hidden talent.
Hidden talent. Yes.
Fuck.
He didn't say that.
Well, he didn't say fucking.
No.
It's not very hidden with Nick, is it? Hidden talent, juggling.
Oh, wow. He actually said, my hidden skill is that I'm good at everything. So you're correct.
Yes, queen.
So, final question. How did Nick describe your Comedy Central roast battle?
The best day of his life.
Close, actually. He said it wasn't long enough.
Yeah. I agree. Oh, I love you, Nick.
If he's wearing 3D glasses, that's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I'm in you. I got a VR machine, actually, which...
Have you got one?
Oh, it's so fun.
Round to yours, then?
Yeah, everyone round to mine. There's a shark cage. It's a PlayStation VR, and one of the things it comes with is this shark cage, and it's so scary. You think you're going to die.
Is it actual video footage, or is it like computer generated?
Computer generated, and the shark comes at you and like tries to eat your face off.
Exciting.
Oh my God, it's terrifying. Yeah.
See, the main thing that worries me about that is if I had it on my face, I'd be worried that all of a sudden a burglar would appear in my room, because you can't see, can you?
No.
So there's no option to see.
Alone, I have to have my housemate with me because I worry that I'm going to be, attacked. It'd be a pathetic death, wouldn't it? You're playing some little racing game in your VR headset, and someone stabs you and nicks the VR because I paid 300 quid for it. So.
They'd probably be slightly off-put by knowing that can happen, so they probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you would.
It's its own deterrent.
You would hope so.
So you've got another Radio 4 show coming out called Obsessions.
Yes, I do. Obsessions. We start recording in April. That's next month.
It's very soon.
Uh-oh.
One of them's going to be in Birmingham.
One of them's in Birmingham, and then the other 3 will be in London. I'm thrilled we're doing one in Birmingham because it's rare that you get things done in the regions. They've started doing it a little bit in Salford, obviously filming stuff at the Media City, but actually like radio stuff and TV stuff never happens in Birmingham. And so I'm glad that we're doing that. One, because it's just so much easier for me to get home, because I could walk.
So I do.
I'd get an executive car, but I could if I wanted to use my legs. So yeah, it's about people's obsessions. Obviously, it's called Obsessions. So it's it's like a chat show, and I will have 2 sort of celeb guests, one comic probably, and then one sort of person of interest, and then there'll be one person with like a genuine obsession about something really kind of niche or just fascinating, and I'll interview them all about their obsessions, query their obsessions, sort of talk about my own obsessions. I'll probably be saying the word obsessions a lot in April.
So that is one of... Have you got any obsessions apart from saying obsessions? Any hobbies, interests?
You'll have to tune in, won't you? You'll have to tune into the show when it goes out, which we're not sure, but we're filming recording it. We're not filming it, obviously. It's the bloody radio. We're recording in April.
So if someone's watching this on the 1st of April, they'll be like, oh, it's April, not long to wait.
Loads of time to wait. It will not be going out until 2074.
So last time we had a bit of a chat about your beautiful artwork, which is now emblazoned on the programme.
Yes.
And I suggested that we might do a bit of an art challenge.
I'm into that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Want to do some art challenging?
Yes, please.
Look what I found. I love this. It's so good. It's so good.
What is this?
It's really good. Have some of that.
What is it? Bobble it? I don't even know what bobble it is.
So what we do, get these open, and you can mould stuff.
Squishy squashy? Yes, please. I'm in. Oh, it smells really bad for you. So what's the challenge? Have I got to sculpt something in particular?
Well, I was thinking about this, so I thought we could either sculpt a person or an object. We could sculpt each other. We could sculpt Donald Trump. We could sculpt a car or a snowman or anything.
When did you last interview Catherine?
So I last interviewed her when Your Face or Mine was coming on Comedy Central. So she's been on the show 3 times as well.
Good.
Yeah.
She's a great woman, isn't she?
I'm very fond of her.
I'm very fond of her as well. I think she's one of the greatest eggs ever.
She is.
She's so funny as well. God, I hate her. How is she so funny and talented and lovely? And she's always like helping other people. God, she's like Diane Fossey.
So what are you going to attempt to build here with this stuff?
It's really pleasing, that.
It's nice, isn't it?
Really nice. I'm going to do a very quick sculpture of Theresa May.
Beautiful.
No. Yeah, Theresa May. Yeah. Because she's yellow, isn't she?
That's because she's in Fields of Wheat a lot.
She's in Fields of Wheat. This is a sculpture of Theresa May after she'd been in a field of wheat. What are you going to do?
I'm holding my microphone, which is inconvenient for sculpting.
That's true. So she needs hair, doesn't she? She has like a bob. That's the bob. Yeah, so if you look there, that's her bob being made there. You might say it looks just like Joe's gone mad with some cauliflower, but you would be wrong. You'd be very right, actually.
It's fun, isn't it?
Look at that.
It's very exciting. It's already almost photorealistic.
It's insane, isn't it, how talented I am? Oh no, her nose has fallen off. There she is.
Beautiful.
Hello, it's me, Theresa May. I don't like poor people. There you go. Tea-Bay. Ready for service.
Can you tell me a bit about your program that you've worked on? What is in there? Why should people be buying this when they go to your live events?
Oh yeah, I used to be a graphic designer and I've missed doing it, and so I wanted to scratch that itch, and so I made a program. I've always loved print and fonts and sort of structuring stuff on a page, And so I worked really hard on it, and it's got bits of writing in it that didn't really fit into the show. A Q&A from Twitter, so people tweeted in questions.
Brilliant.
And then there's an LGBTQ plus glossary, which I've written using the kind of... I got a friend of mine called Josh, who's works at Stonewall, and I asked him to sort of check over it so that I wasn't saying anything like hugely offensive or anything, because I wanted it to be light but accessible.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to do with this show is to sort of educate people about the wider LGBTQ plus community.
Great.
And not just focus on like the sort of narrow things that often Pride events sometimes focus on. So that's what I've sort of tried to do in the brochure as well.
Fantastic.
Some pictures that Matt Crockett took of me backstage in the Bristol Old Vic, and yeah, I'm really proud of it. Really, they only arrived a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh, cool! I made a really nice thing.
Brilliant.
So yes, and they're all signed as well. I'm signing all of them.
Ooh.
So takes bloody ages, just going through them all. So yeah.
Fantastic. And finally, have you got any messages for the people watching at home? Any dating tips, anything like that?
Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay secure. That's me doing a lock. Stay secure. That's it.
Perfect.
That's all I got.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It's always an absolute delight speaking to you.
An absolute pleasure as always.
Thank you.
I hope that this episode is far better received than Catherine Ryan or you had Greg Davies on, did you?
Greg Davies, Alex Hornier.
Much better than them. Who else have you had?
Tom Cruise. I've had Will Ferrell since you've last been on.
Better than all those pricks. Yeah.
So thank you everybody for watching at home. Please be sure to share, subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you all again soon for another episode of the Sarah O'Connell Show with...
Subscribe, please. It's me, Theresa May.
New series of Spitting Image coming soon.
It just looks like a bit of cauliflower, doesn't it?
It works from any angle. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.